Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church Divine Service, which is done virtually from the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. This morning, Jackie and I wish to extend a warm welcome to you as a 2021 for the new year, as this is our first service for the year. And also our medium this morning is our son, Ashley Robinson. So you've got the Divine Trinity here this morning, Father, Mother, and Son, not Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So friends, let's have a good morning. I want to start the service off a little bit before Ashley does the prayer, and I just want to share these words. It's a book that was given to me on the day of my ordination in 1985, and it was given by a lady called Margaret Stroud, and it's a reading which is one of my favourite readings, but I think it's very important at this moment of time that we really understand that word love. As I spoke in the latter part of the year at my Ethan's school, they have love as a real sign in the church for all the children, teachers, parents, everyone to express. But in St. Paul's Corinthians 1:13, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is only ever there because it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects and always trusts and always hopes and always preserves. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part prophecy is there, but when perfection comes, the imperfect will disappear. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I acted like a child, and I reasoned like a child. But when I became man and adult, I put away the childish things. Now we see a poor reflection, but we see face to face. Now I know in part, the greatest of these gifts is love. So we must share this love in the world today amongst all people. We're going through an especially difficult time as we're coming in with people wanting to be vaccinated and people not wanting to be vaccinated. And we've got to tolerate each other in this world. We've got to understand that even when we go out shopping, if we can go out shopping, we need to be mindful there are other people around us. There are perhaps older people that can't walk as fast as we would like them to be. Where you can, and if you can, wear a mask. I heard a man from the SAGE committee say today, it won't necessarily stop you ever getting the virus, but it will protect you for a while you're out. But if you can't wear a mask, don't wear a mask. But try and be positive with this. As spiritualists, we are people of a spiritual belief and a spiritual understanding. We are all unique in that. We have our own individuality. But today, at our divine service, I want to bring everyone together under this spiritual virtual roof of Wimbledon Spiritualist Church and bring out the message that there is no death, that there is healing by the power of the Spirit, and we are never left alone. I now ask and invite Ashley to open the meeting with prayer.
Happy New Year, folks. As we sit together at home, virtually joining this divine service, let us lay aside the day, the week, test and unite in prayer. We are seeking the peace and love of Mother, Father, God. Upon what we're about to do, we seek that divine presence to guide us and inspire us during this service. May they bring forward our loved ones, family, friends, helpers from heaven. May they offer us messages of hope and comfort, attempting to contact them and show that life continues beyond that change we call death. We seek a blessing upon this church and all who have gathered, both seen and unseen, virtually, YouTube and other areas of hyperspace. May that blessing be seen, so mote it be. Amen.
Let us now say together, the Serenity Prayer, the first line, the first verse. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So mote it be. Now I'm going to hand back to Ashley, who will read the names on the screen this morning.
Hi, good morning, folks, and Happy New Year. Thank you to everyone that has joined us on the service this morning, and thank you for your patience while we resolved a few technical issues we had to overcome and adapt. Thank you for that. Richard, I'm ready if you're able to bring up a few names on the screen, but a warm welcome. I know that Julie Caswell says good morning to everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Julie. Thank you for joining us. Bernadine Curtis, good morning everyone from Portsmouth. Hope you're all keeping well and safe. Hi there, Bernie. Lovely to have you with us. Phil Shaw is missing George's cup of tea, and we miss that physical company, don't we, with each other. Hi, Phil. Maxine Podmore, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Creative Living, good morning. Emma Butler says morning to all. Hello, Emma. Welcome. Lulu Cooper. Hi, Lulu. To you and your beautiful family. Daniela, good morning to you. Hi, Daniela. Sally Worker says, morning, Ash, Happy New Year. Hi, Sally. And Teresa Thatcher, lovely medium, lovely human being. Welcome, Teresa. Cheryl Boxall, morning, Ash, Happy New Year to you also. Wonderful to have our virtual congregation here. Lovely people. Penny says hi. Hello, Penny. Welcome to the stream this morning. Terry Wall, good morning to everyone who's just joined. Just hope she's well. Always a good reminder, if you are on Facebook, to join the Spiritual Psychic TV fan page on Facebook. Looked after extremely well by Terry. She'll always post links to the streams and adverts there. Thank you for all that hard work you do, Terry, on Facebook. And for those of you on Facebook, of course, join Wimbledon Spiritualist Church at Wimbledon Spirit. Hi, Petra. Good to have you. And third page that you might be interested on is my own page, at Ash Robinson Medium. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Spiritual Psychic TV. You'll find them on Twitter, Instagram. Helen, good morning to you. And we do love to engage with you both in the fan page and on the Facebook pages. Diana Redmond, good morning to you. So please think about sharing this stream. You don't have to share it right now. You can share it afterwards. Tell people about the service and the fact that you've been attending. Joe Ward says Happy New Year. Ray, Jackie, Ashley, and everyone. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Share the stream. Share the link to this channel. Tell your friends and family about this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Hopefully you've all subscribed. You get the notifications. Make sure you turn your notifications on. And remember, give us the thumbs up. That is a good algorithm for YouTube. Lets them know that we're producing some good content. Good morning to Cameron De Silva. Good morning, Cameron. Welcome. So yeah, like this feed, share it. Tag your friends on your social channels. Christine Davis says morning to Jackie, Ray and Ashley. Hello, Christine. Michelle Dearlove Scott. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. It's Shirley Monaco. Great, Shirley. I'm pleased you've been able to get on this morning. It's been a year of cultural changes, hasn't it, with technology? Strange to look into an empty church today, but seeing your names and your profile pictures makes us feel like we're all still connected, that you are here in the church with us. Wendy Cleaton, good morning to you. Thank you for your comments. Hi, Wendy. And Cheryl says good morning to everyone. Hi, Cheryl. Lovely. So hopefully I've given most of you a mention. If I haven't, you're still a very warm welcome to you. I'm now going to hand over to my mum. Speak to you soon.
Good morning, everyone, and a very happy new year to you. It certainly starts off on a brighter note than we had for last year. So hopefully, a matter of a few weeks, we're getting lighter evenings and the moon, the dusk will come that little bit earlier. It may only be a minute at a time, but it's that promise of renewal. It's that promise of spring will actually be just a few weeks away. We may be feeling extra cold, it may be colder than normal, but as I see it, it's always darkest before the light, and the light will be with us for this new year. Now, when we have our healing moments, I've got a few names that I want to share. And in fact, Claire is just saying, could you please send healing to my auntie? She was hospitalised on New Year's Day. So Claire, we certainly are going to be concentrating on your auntie. And we've had people that we've heard of that have also been hospitalised. So I will give the names for all of those healers that are out there. Remember that you all make a difference. Every one of you that can send positive thought and positive healing makes a difference. So therefore, you know, take the names, concentrate on the names, have a pen and paper ready. But also as healers, remember to ask for healing for yourself. I was told that recently by a friend, one of our other ministers here, you know, Leslie, that says, you know, that with all the healing we send out, we must remember to ask healing for ourselves. And we must also remember to ask it for those people that are suffering, not just physically with their bodies, but also mentally, because of the isolation, because of the anxieties. People that have never had anxiety in their life are suddenly faced with week in, week out, all of the negativity in the news. And we have to, as light workers, work on that positive attitude, because we know that love is important. Positive energy is important. So once again, we have to concentrate on all the individuals that are working on our front line, in the hospital wards, those that are now going to be giving all of the vaccine shots. Let's keep all of our doctors and nurses well and safe, all of our administration that happens in all those hospitals, all the cleaners, the security guards, the porters. Let's think of every individual and let's give healing to all of those individuals. Let's think of healing for Mother Earth, for the animal kingdom, and for those individuals that perhaps should have gone to doctors and have put off their own conditions, that they will feel safe enough to go to a doctor's or to a surgery and to make sure that, you know, problems they have are looked upon. But as I'm going to give you some names, and then what I will do is ask you, I'd like to ask all the people that know me here at Wimbledon to imagine yourself inside the church and imagine that you are forming a huge circle and embracing everyone with an absolute huge cuddle. We want an absolute wonderful size, huge cuddle, bear hug for us all. And those of you that have been joining us virtually for the last 9 months, I want you to build an even bigger circle. Those of you that are in England or Scotland or Wales or Ireland, those of you that are in Europe, and those of you that are on the different 4 continents that join us. So I want you to imagine that you're here at our church as well, forming an even bigger circle as we ask for healing to rain down on us. Imagine it as electricity, starting at the top of your head, going down your arms to your fingers. And with that energy that's in your fingers, make your fingers alive to send out the healing for those individuals that I'm going to read out now. For Peter, for Amber, for Penny, for Sarah, for Jackie, for Lorraine, for Leanna, for Holly the dog, Rachel, Stephen and Kelly, Jill, for Debbie, and many more people that you have in your own healing lists. And you can always stop and freeze and re-look at those names. You can also use this opportunity for visualizing ourselves in a wonderful blue light of energy, of healing light and positivity. Imagine yourself in a wonderful bubble where you will be safe, you will be secure, and you will look to the light and know that the healing angels are around. They are working hard, but they only work when asked to do so. So let us now just have a few seconds where we think of those, and we visualize that healing energy leaving our fingertips, go into the fingertips of the person that we are embracing at this moment, and then our much larger, huger circle. Imagine ourselves going all round the world, hand in hand. Imagine everyone getting on with everyone, with no negative thoughts, just for us all to be well, for all to have patience, love, understanding. And we can, for this year, make a point of sending out more healing, sending out more love, having more understanding and more care. If it's one thing that last year taught us, is we can all make a difference on looking after people. So let's just see that light rise. You may see it as a tree of energy. You may see it as electricity thunderbolts that are leaving this church, this wonderful temple, and all other churches that are here with us. All of those that are linked, represented to those churches. May those churches be looked after. May they be safe and secure and be there physically to open up when people are able to rejoin and meet up again. Until that point, we join now with this healing circle. We thank our Father, Mother God, and our healing angels, for we know that thy healing work never stops and that our healing thoughts will go to where they are needed most. Amen. Sometimes I find that such a powerful moment that it takes me a while to come back again. On Sally is saying her mother-in-law, Jeannie, was taken to St. George's New Year too. So we know at least, 3 or 4 people that have just recently gone into hospital. And there's a friend of ours as well, Tracy, that's gone in that needs a great deal of love and healing. She was poorly last year with other different health conditions, and that made her vulnerable, unfortunately. And, so much love also to Tracy. Now, to come back into the real world from having that wonderful visualization experience with you all, and I know that I got a great deal out of being part of that with you. I could feel the healing energies building. And I'm reading from a book, Lift Up Your Hearts, which are teachings from Silver Birch that was compiled by Tony Alton. Drying Tears of Sorrow, it is called. The power of the Spirit can function through you. As a result, tears of sorrow can be replaced with the calm certitude that the knowledge brings. Another soul can be sent out into the world again with a knowledge that all is not blackness and grief, but part of a divine purpose. This should sustain you in all those difficult moments when you ask yourself, is it worthwhile? It is worthwhile. If you can mend one broken heart, if you can bring solace to one bereaved person, if you can heal one sick individual, then all is worthwhile. This is the tremendous purpose behind all the efforts and planning, part of a great crusade that has its origin in the highest reaches of our world. In those spheres, evolved beings fulfill the divine plan to ensure that as many as possible in your world shall acquire that knowledge, which will enable them to live as they should and derive all the beauty, richness, grandeur, and nobility that can be theirs. You are fulfilling yourself, and for this you should always be grateful. Here the guide broke off to welcome a friend who accompanied him. Have you been listening to all this? It has not been easy for you either, but those who work do so must expect hardship to be a part of the trials and tests to ensure their mettle is strong enough for the task they are to perform. You are helping far more than you realize, and you still have your own contribution to make into helping others. And I wanted to conclude the reading by reading actually the back page of the book. You cannot dissect spirit in any laboratory. Neither can human beings create life. They cannot make a leaf, they cannot make a plant, they cannot make a flea. However lowly the form of life, it cannot be manufactured by you because life is non-physical. The soul does not come into its own when the skies are blue, the sun is shining, and you are in a bed of roses. The soul comes into its own in difficulty and in hardship. The gold that you value reveals its luster only after it has been crushed. The diamonds you prize are embedded in clay and dirt when originally found. Their brilliance emerges only after the process of polishing. So it is with the Spirit. It is only in the darkness that you will find the light. It is only in sorrow that you will find joy. It is only in pain that you will realize what health can bring. We are engaged in driving out the materialism that is the cancer of your world, the selfishness, the greed, cupidity, violence that are the products of materialism, so that people, the children of the Great Spirit, may find and fulfill themselves and build a world of mutual cooperation where each strives to help the other and share the wondrous abundance that is offered to you physically, mentally, and spiritually. Gradually, the light drives out the darkness as knowledge replaces ignorance and superstition. Superstition has to retreat as truth advances. Spirit will triumph over matter because spirit is matter and matter is servant. It is foolish to allow the servant to dominate the matter. So we need guidance on the reading and the understanding of the reading, and to remember that the most important thing is love, giving out of comfort for those at this time, so we can make this a much better, caring world than it was. Thank you. And then I'd like to introduce, I have great pleasure to introduce our son Ashley as today's medium. Please give all your love and attention to Ashley. Oh yes, Pamela needs some healing. Okay, we'll add her to the healing list. Thank you.
Hello, folks. I'd like you to join me in this address. Now, I started off this morning by saying Happy New Year. And thinking about that, happiness, pursuing happiness, doing things that make me happy with people that make me happy, then yes, absolutely, I wish that for you. New year, new starts, new opportunities, new adventures, new chapters, new months, year, 12 months, 52 weeks, the year ahead, the year we've just had, the year going forward. As I think about all those things, the most important thing for me is to look forward, onwards, upwards, rise. New opportunities are everywhere. Right now, it's impossible for me to watch the news without thinking about new risks, new threats, new contagions, new variants, new virus, new restrictions, new personal protective equipment, new guidance. And I'd be lying if I said that that's not fearful. Now, the media are there to help us, advise us, and guide us. They're also, to a certain extent, there to keep us tuning back in. And I therefore think that while and I mean this as a civil servant, I think the government are doing their best for us with the guidance, the way that that's always interpreted or put across in the media doesn't necessarily have our best interest at heart. So what I'm asking people to do is to take hold of the things that I need to do. Yes, it's important that we are guided and we are steered. But even before this pandemic, we had free will. And remember that you have free will now. You have free will to make decisions, to be the architects and guardians of your destiny, to complete the path you're meant to do. But as part of that free will, we have access to information, to intelligence, intelligence amongst ourselves, our higher self, our heart, our intuition, our instinct. All of that is really important because what we hear, what we see, what we feel, what we smell, all of that is information. And it's with that information that we use our instinct and our intuition to think about our options. What are my options? What can I do? What should I do? What could I do? What must I do? Well, we must be happy. We must pursue that happiness, and we must do things that make us happy with people that make us happy. But we must be safe. We must stay safe. So, just because we can do things doesn't mean we should do things. Because we can do things, because we could do things. All of this goes around like a washing machine of information in my head. I know that I have my own free will, and I'm going to listen to everything I can hear, see, read, my interactions, and I'm going to apply that common sense, that ability, that intuition and instinct that's kept me alive so far here, because worry, fear, lets me know I'm still alive, lets me know I've got things to lose. I can honestly say I'm not afraid of that change we call death. I believe in a life after life. I have a great belief in that place I call heaven. I also don't want to go there this year. I don't want to go there for several years. I'm quite happy to make that transition towards the end of an otherwise healthy life. So that is the way that I assess what is worth the risk. Because risk is so often associated with things that could happen negatively. Risk is associated with bad things, with consequences. But with risk, with taking risk, it's all about understanding risk to understand the opportunities. What are the consequences? Let's use a different word. What are the benefits of this risk? What are the opportunities I have with this risk? Now, in order to look at risk like that, I need to be aware of my threats. I need to be aware of my hazards. I need to see what I can do to reduce the likelihood of something happening in a negative way. I might need to isolate that risk. I might need to take it away, or I might need to just control my reaction to the risk, knowing that I'm not in full control of the situation. All of those things are important for me in my own path. My safety, the safety of my family, all of that must be in juxtaposition with our pursuit of happiness. Knowing that there is an element of destiny attached to my life. I believe that that destiny is for me, for my family, my friends, my loved ones, to do things that make us happy. And I have affirmations that I try and say every single day. As I go to bed every night, I'm grateful. I thank the universe that I'm healthy, that I'm safe, that I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have a roof over my head, the opportunities and the means to provide food for my family. And above and beyond food for my family, I'll even use that word luxuries. Probably too much luxuries in terms of chocolates and alcohol, perhaps over Christmas. But these are opportunities. And when I therefore say Happy New Year, I'm thinking about all those things. As I take in the information, I decide what information I'm going to take in. To a certain extent, the outside world, I have to apply a bit of a filter because I'm very sensitive. I have a lot of empathy with what's going on in the world, but I'm also trying to get myself right. So I also encourage you to prioritize yourself, friends. Invest in yourself. Decide how you take in that information to go forward, onwards, upwards, circumventing any risks or obstructions, overcoming and adapting to any barriers or risks or threats that we see in front of us. And as we do that, we can then look for the opportunities, the things that are going to make us happy, with people that are going to make us happy. Because once we've decided, because of that information, and we've looked at our options, we've applied common sense and some type of risk assessment, we know what our options are, we take action. And friends, that is very important. We take action. And sometimes that action is to do nothing at all. It's to stay home and stay safe. Sometimes that action is to get out, to take in some fresh air. in a safe and appropriate way to do. Action, your affirmations around that affirmations are really important. I know I need to think smarter when it comes to my food options, making sure I eat the right amount of food and the right type of food. And if I keep saying it like that in the future tense, I'll carry on that path, but it'll always be in the future. If I make my affirmations about the now, if I make my actions about the now, then I am eating healthy, I am well, I am safe, I am secure. Using those affirmations to dictate my actions, letting my behavior and the behavior of those around me dictate my actions. That for me is all about going onwards, forwards in this new year with new opportunities. Of course, the benefit of hindsight, how wonderful that is. But I'm not going to use hindsight to look back at my life, to look back at my year and think about the negativity. I'm going to use that benefit of hindsight to review what I did. And I'm going to look at the opportunities. When I did that, something wonderful happened. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to find out the things that I'm good at, my strengths, and I'm going to use them all of the time. I'm going to play to my strengths. I'm not going to worry about having to develop a so-called weakness, but I'm going to play to my strengths. I'm going to use those strengths. I'm going to find out from people around me, my family, my boys. I'm going to continue to ask them, what is it you like me doing with you? I'm going to do more of that. New Year's Eve, very different to how it might have been 15 years ago for me. 2 hours, Playmobil, building fire rescue situations, police stations, playing with my son Ethan as he wanted to capture bandits and commit rescues and commit these Playmobil figures to that. And he absolutely loved it. It was a wonderful moment together. Then I need to do more of those things. Getting on the floor wasn't as difficult as getting up off the floor after 2 hours. So I'm going to work on that mobility. I'm going to work on that flexibility. I'm going to do those things that make him happy because they are the things that make me happy. So reviewing that, looking into that situation, and at the core of all of that, my values. What is important to me? What is right at that center of my values? That's what I'm going to go back to every single time. That's what I'm going to look at. And that is going to underpin all of my decisions, all of my actions as I review those things. I know that I have everything I need in my universal rucksack of skills, tools, and strengths to complete this journey. So I know that you have all of the things that you need to complete your journey. We're all on a journey, we're all on a path, and I know that you have the right skills, training, equipment, guidance, strengths, everything you need is on that rucksack the universe has provided you with. And along that journey, you're going to bump into people. Some of those people will have shiny things, new gadgets and gizmos that may add to those strengths. If you want, take the time to detour. Take the time to engage with those people, knowing that they are not stopping you from completing your journey. They're allowing you to splinter off. Have an end game. Have a focus, a finish line. Be that paradise and utopia or getting through the day, the week, the month, the year. Have those affirmations at the front of everything you do and know that you've got this, friends. You've absolutely got this. I've got this, you've got this, and we've got each other's backs. Friends, it's been lovely to talk to you today as part of that address. Sending you all some love, some light, and some laughter for 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley, for a very inspiring address. Now, I'm just in a few seconds pass you back to Ashley, who will demonstrate his gift of mediumship to everybody that's out there. So please send your love. If you were here physically in the church, I would say open your minds, think out of the box. Also think that it may be, if you have a partner, it may be your partner's family that is trying to get a message to them through you. So look for that wider sphere of understanding. And as I say, take in those wonderful words that Ashley has said with this address, our first address of the year, and think what you can do also, you know, what this year can be for you and how we can change it for the better by just having that power of all of us together. So very much, you know, thinking of those words of Ashley's, but say, think now of sending your love to Ashley and give him your time. And also, don't forget, you know, if you think that you understand it, then don't be frightened to suddenly type and say, yes, you can understand. And because of the delay of so many seconds, just say what you understand, you know, that I understand the dog, I understand the name, I understand, you know, dad, or, you know, you don't have to feed the medium information, but you just have to say, yes, understood, you know, that link. Understand that in my life at this moment, you know, and abbreviate it, and just be, you know, just don't be frightened of typing, and don't be frightened of typing a nice heart as well, or saying the other ones that were all part of that. And it's nice to see some names that are coming up, Valerie and Diane, and all thanking everyone, and Pamela will meditate now with the archangels, and it has helped her before. So now over to Ashley.
Hello, friends. Okay, so now we move to that part of the service with some mediumship. And I see my job as a spiritualist medium as to give you evidence of life after life, to give you evidence of personalities of your loved ones from that place I call heaven. And it's their personality, it's their consciousness that they're going to give me evidence on. So look forward to engaging with you. And once I know I'm with you, I will move on to the message. Now, I have a lady with me. This lady is saying that she is a grandmother. She is family. I feel like I've got a female that I'll be connecting to because she's talking about a granddaughter. That doesn't mean that it is definitely a female, but she is a grandmother. She's talking about her granddaughter. I've got the letter C for ch, like a choo-choo train. Charlie, perhaps, is the name I'm hearing. She is talking about her heart. She's taking me over towards the left-hand side of her body. She's telling me that she passed with heart failure, heart-related problems. So I'm looking for a woman. Yes, I am. I'm looking for a woman that's going to understand this lady, her family in the spirit world, a grandmother that has a granddaughter. The letter C is certainly important to her. Okay. Okay. Right. Hannah says she understands her grandmother. Check her heart attack took her. Okay. You understand the letter C as well. I want that. It's important. Trains. Keep hearing this. Maybe it is the choo-choo of a train. I told you I've got little boys. That's going to be my excuse for behaving childish. But this lady brings that sense of fun and with her. C is her in-laws. Check is the surname. Okay. Right. Hannah, lovely to work with you. Lenka says her grandmother died of heart failure. C, check. Okay. I think I am with the other lady, Lenka, but thank you. Maybe with you later. Yes, that's her daughter's new surname. Okay, right. Thank you very much, Hannah. As I link in with you then as a woman, I say she brings with this great sense of fun and adventure, the same sort of adventure that a child has, this idea of experiencing everything all at once sometimes. Linda says her granny had a heart attack. Her name was Charlotte. Chitty nickname. Okay. I don't think I am with you at the moment, Linda. I might be with you afterwards. I think I am with Hannah. Okay. So yes, for you, Hannah, I want you to fearlessly go forward, okay? And I want you to do that with the sense of experiencing everything. I feel that now is this opportunity. Right is the power of now for you, Hannah. And she is saying, experience everything. Go into this without that fear, as that fear is holding you back. You're telling me she's adventurous. Thank you, Hannah, for that confirmation. She's excited for you, Hannah. She's excited for some opportunities. Now, she's particularly talking, I think, about work right now. She's showing me a purse with money in, which often is a symbol of work and profession. And I feel that she's saying, I want to put a few more coins into your purse. I feel that this is a link around profession. saying yesterday. Thank you for that. She's saying she wants you to have this opportunity and she wants you to go for it. You can do it. You can be that person you want to be. Okay, that was what she was just saying to me. She says you've been visualizing it. You've been seeing yourself in that situation. Walk into that virtual room. There's something there about virtual, because she's putting on what looks like virtual reality goggles. Don't know if that is a direct link or it's more metaphoric about being in the virtual world, but walking into that virtual world with these goggles on, seeing everything around you. Now, it's quite an experience. She puts these goggles on herself and she's going to, okay, I'm going to do it. She's making me turn around, see everything, look up and down, 360 degrees, open your eyes wide, experience everything, she says. It's going to be good. I'm excited. Okay, paid works are related. Thank you, Hannah, for that confirmation and engaging with me. Okay. Breathtaking, breathtaking. Right, then she's talking about her breath. Gosh, okay. Okay, take that away. I think she was just giving me some of the conditions, this shortness of breath, and that would link in with a heart attack anyway. Gasp, she is gasping. She's just seen birthday, a birthing day. Okay, I think she's talking about a new child. Is it a new daughter, a new girl? I want this new baby, this new gorgeous girl coming into this world. She's excited about that. She's beautiful, perfect. And I want this new addition to the family grow stronger. Difficult breathing she and I had. Okay, thank you for that confirmation, Hannah. Yeah, she was just talking about this little girl and she's excited. Beautiful little girl. Great addition to the family. Great addition to the family. Interesting times, but we're going to do this. Okay, see the balloons. They're bubbles. I don't know if she's talking about COVID-19 guidance now. She's just showing me balloons and then bubbles, and the bubbles getting bigger. The support. Okay, maybe that is COVID-19 related government guidance. I don't think so. Yes, okay. There's something about that. Your birthday just gone. Okay, and she's just talking about the bubbles getting bigger. Bubbles getting bigger. Bubbles, balloons. Okay, Hannah, take her love and mine. Hannah, that was your message. Thank you very much. You understand the balloons? Good. Thank you very much for giving me that. Okay. Right. Now there was someone, who is it? Like C, understand the C. Wasn't Lenka? Okay. Right, let's see. Claire. Right, my wife is Claire. And I feel like I've got a Claire. Linda Perry, granny heart attack. Her name was Charlotte. Shitty nickname. Okay. Linda Perry. Why am I linking with a Claire? Claire. I keep seeing my wife, Claire.
Claire just came on for healing for her.
Okay. Something about healing. Okay. Christine Davis says my grandfather had heart problems. Right. I've got another woman here. This woman wants to connect with Claire. This is Claire Hanlon. Both my grandmothers are in heaven, and my name begins with a C in English and in Italian. Claire. I'm with you, Claire, then, for a moment. I've got this woman here that's claiming to be family. She's talking about being mum's mum. I know you said you've got grandmothers both in heaven. I've got mum's mum communicating. You've just given me the information about Italian, but she's got two flags, an Italian flag and an English flag. And I don't know if that's something there that you'd understand on your mum's side of the family. Like I'm bringing the two flags together. Okay, Claire? So I've got this woman here claiming to be your mum's mum, your grandmother. She was particularly talking about you, Claire. Kept seeing my own Claire there. She was waving the flags. It's in celebration. Okay, interesting. Right. So obviously, as we approach the new year, we've got the United Kingdom leaving the EU, that removal of the flag. But she's holding the flag of the UK as it leaves that European Union circle. And I feel like I've got the Italian flag as well, and she's waving both of them. She's talking about a special relationship. And I look really silly now. I just caught a glimpse of myself with my hands. In my head, I had flags. It looked a little bit better. Yeah, this special relationship. How lovely. I'm living in it. Okay, Claire, thank you for that confirmation. Yes, special relationship. Important. Opportunities. Opportunities will continue. New opportunities, new in front. Okay, right, Claire, as she links in with you, she gives you that proof of her sort of personality she talks about right now. She gives you a big hug, and I feel like I need to hug you and I need to embrace you, and I'm almost awkwardly going to hold you slightly longer, and I'm asking her what that means, and it's like she doesn't want to let you go. Awkward. She was using this word awkward, almost as if you'd like go to say hello to someone, give them a big hug. There's my virtual hug. And as you go to push away, she's like, no, I'm holding you up, and I'm holding onto you tighter. Thank you for that confirmation about the dual residency next year, Claire. I'm holding you up, and I'm going to hold you, and I'm going to squeeze you, and I'm really going to embrace you, because I feel that you need to take a breath and you need to shed a tear, she's saying, Claire. And I feel if I just hold you, no one else will see you cry, but I will know that you've had that opportunity, that outlet. It's really important to shed a tear. That's what she was saying to me, Claire. She's going to hold you. There's something around you not feeling that you can let back and relax, but you need that outlet, she's telling me. She loves you, okay? She sends you her love. She talks about... She's very funny, Claire. She says she's got dual residency. She's both with you and up here. And up here I talk about the higher vibrations of heaven. But she's just giving me that sense of humour, that she can be anywhere, everywhere, all at the same time. And she's just giving a bit of a chuckle there. She's smiling. She wants to see you laugh. And yes, it's okay. Breathe, child. She says, breathe. It's okay. It's all going to be okay. And those are the reassuring words I want to give you, as I just want you to let you get this out of the system. So you're crying at the moment. I'm sorry if I've then made you cry, but hopefully you're crying as that outlet, as that importance of doing it, because she says there is meaning to this. And I'm going to look you in the eyes and say it's all going to be okay. Now, it doesn't always feel like that, she says, Claire, but I need to let you know it will be. It will be. There's a journey here, and you're not going to go forwards in that straight line. There is strange territory, she says, strange territory ahead. And sometimes we're going to have to go backwards. We're going to have to go sideways to go forwards. But this is all about overcoming and adapting to your situation, and you've got this. I'm going to help you dig deep. You will feel inspired to know when to zig or when to zag, she says. Sometimes zigzagging is going to be the way you're going to get through. And we are here for you. You're going to get through this, Claire. You're going to get through this. There's a man. I want to say another C. Is it Colin? She was saying it almost like, I think it's something different. I've got this man, I've got this ice cream. It's Colino. I want to roll the I wasn't clear in my mouth then. I was trying to say the sound I had in my head. Like I'm curling my C. Curling the C. Colino. She was just giving me this name. She was talking about this man. I've got a man. I want to put this man by your side, like I'm linking you two together at the hip. This is someone who's going to help you. They are helping you. Okay. Yes, it's okay. They don't walk in front of you. They don't walk behind you. They walk with you side by side. They carry with them their own emotions, their own baggage. Go forward together and be there for each other. He is there for you. I like him and I trust him. Colino was the name she was given there. Okay, Claire. Have her love and mine. Claire, that was your message. Thank you very much. Just going to grab a swig of tea. So Lenka says, my code is that Keiko, with the grandmother for her that I knew she was coming. Okay, so I said I wasn't with you the first 2 times, Lenka, but I have a lady here. She's also claiming to be mum's mum. So I want grandmother on your mum's side of the family. She's talking, it's Galata. That's how the Italians speak the rolled C's and R's. Thank you, Claire. Appreciate that feedback. Best wishes to you, Colleen, it could be. Okay, thank you very much, Claire. God bless you. Right, Lenka, so mum's mum, a woman here claiming to be grandmother. She's talking about being, reunited with mum. Okay, right. You understand a little bit this, Lenka. I'm not going to go into great detail, but you know a little bit about your mum and your mum's soul progression. What she's saying is that she takes responsibility for some of the culture, for some of the foundations that she laid for your mother. Now, I know that your mother is in the spirit world. It's not your mother communicating right now. It's your grandmother, your mum's mum. And she's saying that with your mum taking responsibility for herself, her attitude, her behavior. Your grandmother says it was my attitude that affected my behavior, which affected your mother's attitude and your mother's behavior, okay? And what she's saying is that she also takes responsibility for that. And part of the life she lived, part of those foundations were her also transferring some of how she was feeling and some of her expectations about the way to proceed, to create tough, strong, independent women. So Lenka, there was an important thing for her to say that to you. Attitude affecting behavior, the Tara's box, isn't it? Attitude affecting behavior, affecting attitude, affecting behavior, and I accept some responsibility and my role to play. Okay, she's also talking about opportunities for you, and she is saying, dump them. Dump them. Okay, what's she saying? Dump what? Dump them. Dump them. Dump them. Contractor, so it makes sense. You got created that my mother's grandmother was the goddess. Okay. Lenka, she is saying dump them. She's talking about something to do with a contract. Contractor. Dump them. They're going to bleed you. They want more money. You've got what you need from them, and I want you to be able to move on now. Move on now. Now is the right time. Don't let them continue to exploit you. Okay, so quite strong, some dramatic language there, but it feels like they're no longer doing what you got them involved in. They're not doing what you contracted them to do for you, Lenka. And she says, yes, now is the time to move on. You're saying, Sue, Christian lady who makes the spray. Okay. It's definitely a lady she's talking about, and a contract. They're not delivering what they said they were going to deliver. Move on now. You've got what you need. You've got your concept. Move on. Jenny. I feel like I've got a J, a man's name, J. Okay, deal's not resolved. Thank you for that confirmation. I feel like the J is going to help you. J is shining a light on the lady. The J is shining a light on that. Follow the light. Don't worry, it's not a light at the end of the tunnel. It's a light, it's a spotlight. It's a spotlight. And I've got daffodils, I've got spring, and I've got new opportunities. I've got you in a milk crate, and I've got the spotlight, and I've got the limelight, and I've got all new opportunities approaching spring with some daffodils for you, Lenka. That was your message. Have my love, Lenka. Happy New Year, mate. Okay, right. I've got a man here. Yes, sorry, Lenka. Jay is a new person. I feel like I've got a male energy with the J, and they're going to be holding the lights for you. Follow the light. Okay. Right. Thank you, Lenka. God bless you. I've got a man here, new communicator. Okay. As this man communicates with me, goodbye, Terry. Thank you. As this man communicates with me, he's a father. I feel like I've got some type of services with him, standing to attention, formality. Sir, good morning, sir. Very formal man, and it's like at ease. I don't know if it's armed services, public services. I've got a lot of discipline with this man, so stand easy. We've also got the links with an American flag with him. So I'm looking for this person, understand family head. Okay, he's describing it as mental health problem, but I feel I've had something going on in my head as well before I have died, which has had a huge impact on the last chapter of my life, like a form of dementia or something like that he's just talking about. Right, so I'm looking for someone to understand this man. This man would be father. I think father to you, yes, father to you. Would have had this sense of dementia. I've got services with him as well. I've got this link to services, very detailed. Thank you, Sally Worker. Lovely feedback. God Save the Queen, and I've got the American national anthem as well. I feel like I've got a link between the UK and America, either with him or the person that would understand this reading. Foxtrot. Foxtrot. I'm hearing F. Foxtrot. Talking in the phonetics. Foxtrot. Oh, he's not swearing. I heard Oscar. Right. Okay. Right. He's funny. He's having a laugh with this. He's very disciplined, but he's gone at ease. Stand easy. Yes, sir. Stand easy. And I feel like I've got this harder, deeper tone with his voice. Right. Let's find you. Family. My family are here. They're listening. Okay. Lady. I'm looking for a lady, I think. Oh, I'd never say no to a good man. Right, so I'm looking for a lady in the congregation. Although I'm a father, I don't think I'm looking for my daughter. I am a father. Stace says, my friend's brother was services, lived in America. She also lives in America, and his father, he wasn't old though. Okay. His father wasn't old. Right, let me see. Something in the head. It's definitely the right-hand side of my head. I don't know if I've had a head injury or a brain injury. Something in my head which impacted me. Stace, is your friend's brother spirit side now? I mean, that'd obviously be important. Not doing any remote viewing today to across the pond. Definitely got someone that's communicating from heaven. Possibly 3 and 8. 3 and 8 is important. Okay. 3 and 8. I'm 38. 39 in September this year. 38. Okay, right. So you'd understand this man in the spirit world. He's got the services, got the links between the UK and the USA. Just had his first anniversary of being in spirit. Okay, right. Would you understand this? Bang, crash, wallop, bang. He fell as it passed. Okay. I think that you might possibly understand this head. I've had something going on with me in my head as well. Might have been a low mood or an alternating mood that he was just giving. It wasn't dementia. It was talking about mental health. His sister was 38 when he passed. Okay, then that is the link. Stace, I will work with you if that's okay, please. Thank you, he says. Thank you. Stand easy. But stand to attention. Okay. You're in contact with my sister. You know my sister. Okay, you just said, I think you know her sister. Also in the States. I love her. Thank you. Thank you for being my communicator. Okay. There is life after life, he says. Here I am. I stand here as proof of that. I wasn't sure. Did have some mental health issues. Okay. He said, but yes, I'm sure now. Boom. Wasn't expecting this. Wasn't expecting what I found when I was here. But yes, it was everything I needed it to be. All gone. Everything that was fogging my mind has gone now. I'm able to see and think clearly. Yes. I love her. I love her, my sister. Across the pond. Definitely got these roots though. I've got these links back to the UK. I know that that could be you with the UK. And she was 38. Yeah, when he passed. Okay. I've also got this scales. And I don't know, because he was talking about my birthday, he was talking 38. I don't know if it's the month of September, or it's Libra, it's the scales of Libra, the scales of justice. As he said, there's this sense of being weighed. It's linked to him. I don't know if September in Libra made sense to you with your friend in the States, Stace, but he was giving this reference to him, like he is being weighed. He is weighing himself. He's looking at the positivity, the negativity, the detriments of his character versus the actions he took. This is quite important for him. Important. He's struggled with some of the decisions that he's had to make. He's given me this sense, and I know it was services, but there's no guarantee, life and death decisions. And I have struggled with that. I've struggled with it. And I was able to be clear. I was able to weigh this up and understand that what I didn't go against me in the grand scheme of things. Okay. I don't know if it's conflict and war he's talking about in general, we're talking about himself, but there is this niggling mind taking of life. No one should have to take life. And then he follows up with, unless absolutely necessary to preserve your life, okay? And it's important to him that he was able to see that with his higher self. Preservation of life, that's important. Okay, Stace? Stace, thank you, he says. Thank you for accepting this message. Tell her I love her. Tell her I have a life after my life. I am clear. I am at my best all of the time, not just some of the time. And I've been able to settle my consciousness about the scales. Okay, Stace, take his love and mine. Thank you very much, Stace. Yeah, I don't know if I've, it's all right, you're back. Thought I'd lost the connection then. Okay, certainly will, she misses him terribly. Okay, thanks. He was a caring soul. Yeah, big caring guy, a big brother anyone would want. He says, he goes from absolute shyness, that caring, to quite confident. He's like, everyone wanted a big brother like me. But he's also making reference to big brother. Okay, take his love. Okay. Right. My granddad died before I was born. He was American. I work in mental health. I could not get my live chat to work, so I couldn't answer. He was in the army. Hello, Maxine. Right. I was definitely with Stace on that last message, but I was drawn to you. Ruth also says, maybe my father-in-law was in the services. He had a brain injury passed last year. Okay. Right, let's see. A few other people. You're welcome, Stacey, and take a swig of tea. Sort these communicators out. I always refer to it as the waiting room. And my principal guide for helping me sort out my communicators is a guy called Bob Brunton, who I knew when he was alive. Fantastic healer, medium, amateur boxer. He might be even semi-professional. And he's my doorkeeper, keeps it all straight. But he also sorts everyone out for me. Hi, Steph, welcome. And if anyone's ever seen that show, Quantum Leap, I always imagine the waiting room like that. So in my mind, he gets them all sat down for me and then says, right, who's next? And often, what'd you say, Richard? Sam Beckett, Dr. Sam Beckett. Yeah. So, how was his guide? The Quantum Leap Accelerator, and vanished. Of course, he never vanished, did he? He was doing the universal work. Okay, right, let's go back then to these other communicators. Right, there was two people, Richard, that just said that they had understood part of the message. One was someone that couldn't log on. Bye, Teresa. Be safe. She's got to go to work. Maxine, wasn't it? Okay, hi, Maxine. May I work with you for a moment. As I say, definitely a separate communicator. So that first message was for Stace. It was her friend's brother in America. But your granddad died before you were born. He was American. You work within mental health. You could not go live and chat. Okay. He was in the army. Okay. This is a different communicator, Maxine. And as this man comes forward, he does talk about being a grandfather. You've already given me a lot of information, so all of that makes sense to me, but I'm now asking him to give additional evidence that he is your communicator. Communicator is one word. I don't know why I broke it down into syllables. Now, that's something to do with you. Now, you've said you work within mental health. I've also got an element of rehabilitation with you, Maxine, as in helping people. I spoke earlier on this morning in my address, I don't know if you were online then, about worry and excessive worry. I had picked up that worry tree from cognitive behavior therapy as a tool myself, and he's just replaying that. She understands the tools. I know you said you work in mental health, but I actually want you involved in the rehabilitation and helping people, investing into people, Maxine. So I want to make sure that I am with you and that makes sense. You would understand the concept of this therapy, this cognitive behavior therapy, of helping to shape and advise and guide and steer within the mind, inspiring the person to navigate their way out of any dip they've found themselves in. That was what he was just talking about. This man is grandfather. You'd understand, you do correct, you do a lot of rehab work as well. Okay, Maxine, then I will work with you. It's your granddad that's communicating. You'd understand that links back to you. I've watched you grow up. I have great grandchildren now as well. So it wasn't just my grandchildren I didn't get to meet. I've got great grandchildren. And if there was five grandchildren, three and two. And if it was 3 boys and 2 girls, but he's talking about the five grandchildren, boys and girls, and he kept saying me the 3 and the 5, 3 and the 5. Maybe he was talking about 35, possibly a year or a door number. But he was talking about 3 and 5, 3 and 5. That makes them 7, doesn't it? No, I can't even count today. 3 and 2 is 5. You're throwing lots of numbers in my head. I think numbers are very important to you, Maxine. You see the significance of the numbers. Okay, yeah, you understand the 5. And I also feel that numbers are important to you. You see the meaning and the purpose in numbers. Synchronicity. That's a word I can't pronounce probably twice. You understand that and the universe, the way it presents those numbers. Because we had the 5, then we had the 3 and the 2 to make the 5, but we also had 35, and then we had the 5 plus the 3, like the 8. Perhaps I'm talking about the next generation, as I'm talking about the great-grandchildren with you, Maxine, as well. Okay, 3 boys, 2 girls. Okay, thank you for that confirmation. Then I know I am with you, and I've got a granddad that is delighted to be communicating today. He's got a great sense of humour, as a great sense of humour as well. And Stacey, I don't know if your friend is American or born in America, but I've got this sense with this man. It's like they're winding each other up. This guy is much older. He's granddad to your friend's brother, and he's like winding him up, and he's like, I'm bigger and better than you, son. And some of that is about age, some of that about his banter, and it feels like they're having a bit of banter here. And there's something about where, Maxine, your granddad was born, Stace, versus where your friend's brother was born. And I feel like I've got a bit of banter here, but a bit of fun. But it's all very respectful, and there's this great sense of them getting up. This is Stacey's friend's brother, referring to Maxine's granddad as he's a veteran. He's done his time, and I feel like he'd done more time in the services. Okay, and Maxine, it was just interesting. They were playing it off, having a bit of fun with each other. But Maxine, as he communicates with you, I say he's delighted to be communicating with you. He's coming up, and it's like he's getting hold of the edges of your mouth, and he's wanting to like force a smile. And I'm asking what that means. And he's just given me this sense of you having to put on a smile for the outside world, Maxine. Would you understand that? It's private. Okay, so it's private. So don't confirm that. It's private. Right, let me just say what he's saying then. There is an element of how you're feeling and how you're having to portray yourself for other people. I don't know if I've got vulnerable people around you. I feel like I want to call them perhaps clients or students. There's the idea that you're outside the room and you're not feeling great, but it's like, big deep breath, big girl pants on, and he's walking in. I think that was an American term to pants, in case you thought I was talking about your knickers. I wasn't. It was him, and he's smiling about that, and he's having some fun. So hopefully that all makes sense to you, Maxine. And he's just talking about the value you're adding to them, because the character, he says, that you're portraying for them is role model behavior. It's role model stuff, Maxine. You've been struggling, you wear a face some days. Okay, he says, well, you're a role model for them. You give them some hope, you give them some inspiration, and particularly where that's been quite difficult face to face. I feel like I've got you online inspiring people and adding value to their lives. They see you as a role model, and he's saying that means they will choose to follow you, Maxine. Thank you. Thank you for adding that value. Thank you for investing into them, and thank you for doing what you've done for them. I recognize that sense, that courage with you, that you've done those things for them. November. He was just talking about November. November just gone. It was only obviously a couple of months ago. I feel like I've had an anniversary, something in November we've not been able to celebrate, but it was marked. I don't know if we're marking, and I feel like it's a birthday. Maxine, I know you said you didn't know your granddad. You knew about me. You knew stories about me. Would you have understood him communicating in Morse code? It's like he's doing an SOS. It's like just tapping it over my head. You've got this Morse code SOS. It's like you've sent out the flare. You've sent out the SOS. He's coming to say, we heard. We got you. We're listening. We're here for you. You keep moving forwards. We'll keep giving you a nudge and a push and a steer. You cannot wander too far off the beaten track without being pulled in like a piece of elastic to the straight and narrow. So feel free to wander. We've got you. We're holding on to you. Okay? Not sure about November or the Morse code, you can ask. Well, understand, I think, the significance of the SOS, you sending out the flare. We've heard that, Maxine. We're here for you. March onwards on the straight and narrow. We'll pull you back like a piece of elastic if you wander too far, but go off and wander. Invest in yourself along the way. Maxine, that was your grandfather communicating, and that was your message. Thank you. Okay, looking to finish with the last message. Jeremiah, Jerry was the name I was just hearing here. Roof. If I'm talking about on a roof, you're welcome, Maxine, that's welcome. Or the name roof. Right, I know there's Ruth Townsend that engaged a moment ago. Okay, right. We've got a man here claiming to be family via marriage, okay? He's talking about if I'm married into the family, or I'm an in-law, I'm a married in-law, I'm a partner in-law. Marriage is important, significance, marriage. I've got an April anniversary there. Ruler, Bray, could be you understand, you relate as well. Right, let's try and see if I'm with you. Oh, Ruth. Man, right, the man's communicating. I've got links to you as family. You're my family, but I feel like we're family not through blood, but through choice, through marriage, through a wedding. April is a significant date with this man. And something about my head as well. I don't know if I've had a head in your head feels take it away. Oh, Feels like my head was in a vice. I had this, if I've had a bleed. Okay, November was Ruth's son's birthday. Dad was in America, was in the services. My dad-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law, dad was America, was in the services. Okay, right. Ruth and Ruth. He had a head injury as well. Right, let's get some. I feel like the J was important, or the G. Jeremiah, Jez, Jeremy. Keep getting this J sounding noise with him. In November was his son's birthday. He couldn't mark it. His name was Jerry. Christine Lacey says could be her brother-in-law. His name was Jerry. Right, come on, give me some more information. What is that tune? God Save the Queen again, isn't it? God Save the Queen. It's all these military people in the waiting room in heaven. Jeremy is your friend's husband, married to Julie. It's possibly the two. Maybe I've got several communicators. I feel like I've already got two services people. God Save the Queen. It's like we're kicking off now between the British military and the American military. Ruth. God save. It's like they're having a national anthem battle. They're singing away. They're having some fun.
America have a song to our national anthem.
Okay, my dad was just telling me there is a song that the Americans sing to the tune of God Save the Queen. It's probably Thank You for Our Freedom. Here's your tea bag. Independence. Right. Christine understands their wedding anniversary was April as well. Ruth, I think, had a birthday in November. We had the April was importance and around the link. Enjoyed to listen to him. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Christine Woodham. That was my circle leader, my first circle leader there. Thank you, Christine. Right. I'm becoming a BFPOI. I don't know what that is, Cheryl. You'll have to explain that to me. Right. Let's get these communicators. Everyone's come in because I said it was the last one. Ruth, I feel like it's your father-in-law. Right, Ruth, I feel like I've got your father-in-law with him. He's got the links to the military and America. He had the head injury. Your son's birthday in November. Okay, Ruth, I've definitely got him as well. I've possibly got relation there to Tina and the other ladies. Let me try and do 3 quick riddance. Ruler, he was a roofer. His birthday was April. Okay. It's because we spoke about synchronicity. Nothing happens by accident. And as NCIS Gibbs says, there's no such thing as a coincidence. Okay, let's go to Ruth first. Ruth, you understand your father-in-law in the spirit world. You understand the brain injury, the link to America. Hopefully you understand the military banter, the singing of the national anthem, a bit of fun between independents there, but also a really strong relationship. You married his son and head injury. Okay. He loves you, Ruth. I love her. I love her to bits. I'm so fond of you. And I just see this incredible thing with you, Ruth, this incredible energy, and it's contagious. It's the best thing right now. In terms of contagions, your energy, your enthusiasm, I love it, he says, Ruth. I absolutely love it. Even when you don't feel like doing it, it does come off. You understand the bleed and the brain of him as well, Ruth? That was a sensation he was giving me. It was like, there's nothing I could do. You can't put a plaster on that. And I had to go. My body had had enough. And then, do you know what? Once I was there, I realised I'd had enough. And then there was a sense, it was a bit of relief because I felt like everything was becoming a bit more of a struggle. So I was pleased to be here. And I'm pleased to now be everywhere because international travel is no longer a restriction for me. I can be everywhere at the same time. Again, confirmation around my own philosophy of the way that heaven works. Ruth, keep on doing what you're doing. You are contagious. Your energy and your enthusiasm, you are contagious. And you make people want to do things. It's a great skill. Influencing them, negotiating against them, especially, he's talking about my boy. Now you said about marrying, I don't know if you married his son. Yes, you did, because he's your father-in-law. This works on him, doesn't it? Sometimes from the universe, we need to give you this little bit of love and this little bit of inspiration. Now, the Jerry was for someone else, Ruth, so don't worry about Jerry. That was for either Tina or Ruler. No. Ruth, you understand your father-in-law. And he's talking about his son, your husband, and he's saying, yes, I do feel that you have been contagious with him. You are inspiring him to do things. I now think I need to give you the, as a spiritual apport, which is often, you know, a little gift from Spirit. He wants to give you a crowbar. It's going to be a spiritual crowbar covered in WD-40 to loosen him up. Loosen him up, get him going, get him moving again, because you bring out the best in him. You can take Glenn, his son. Okay, your husband. Ruth, he loves you. Love my boy. You got my boy. You got his best interest in heart. Continue to get him moving. Here's the spiritual crowbar. Lift him up, move him on, get him going again. Get him going again. I just feel like he's lost a little bit of traction, like he's treading water in concrete and the concrete's drying. Get him moving. You've got this, Ruth. Fantastic. I'm very, very fond of you, he says. I'm very fond of you. You bring out the best in him, and I like it when he brings out the best in you. He's talking about your eyes. I don't know if there's something about your eyes, and he's giving this blue and this green, but he's talking about you having beautiful eyes. Okay. Ruth Townsend, that was your message. That was your father-in-law communicating. Richard, there was two other people that were talking. One was Tina, and the other name, I think, was Rula. Okay, Rula understands the roofer. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Rula. Your birthday was in April, okay? As I link in with you, I feel like I've had him just pop in. He was talking about Jeremy. That's your friend's husband, married to Julie. That's the two J's, the j. It was bringing all the J's together. And Ruler, he just wants to pop in and go, all right, yeah, I'm all right. How you doing? He's very laid back, very sort of casual, and he's quite fun. Nothing's too big a deal for him. Ruth, you're very welcome. God bless you. And Ruler, he's just, yeah, I'm all right. Just turn up. Roofer, he was a roofer. He understood then the benefits of a proper risk assessment, and he takes fun in that. He said, I understood risk. I took risks all the time. It actually meant that the way I assessed my life was insignificant, because I was quite confident, and I had to be confident to be safe, okay? And he's just talking about that. I'm all right. Say hello to everybody for me. Jerry, Julie, give them my love and send you my love. I'm doing well. I would have found it hard. I would have found it hard to have been restricted right now. I mean, oh my God, yes. Thank you, Ruler. I get my energy from other people, he says. I get my energy from other people. I would hate this. In heaven, I can get my energy from everyone, because we're all energy. It's a place of pure thought, pure love. He said, I quite like it. I'm getting used to it. Bit Jack the Lad, a bit light on his feet, fun, happy-go-lucky, fun guy. And he sends you his love, Ruler. Heights. You're not a big fan of heights yourself. He says, I'm very high now. He says, I can see everything. I'm jumping between clouds. Don't even need my body. It means nothing to me. Okay. Frustrated. It was just a relief. Everything was just kind of getting on top of me, and it was a bit of a relief. Free of the woes and the worries of the day. So he's just giving that confirmation. Heaven's good. Heaven's really good. You're doing all right there, Ruler. Julie, Jeremy, they're doing good, aren't they? Everyone's doing all right. Just keep them going. Keep in touch with each other. Look out for each other. Be there for each other, and you'll be all right. I like it. I like the fact that at Christmas, people spoke about me. There was a photograph that kind of went around. I think it looks like it was maybe on Facebook or some sort of social media, because I felt it was this photograph doing the rounds and emails or WhatsApp or something like that. And he's like, I liked it. I like that people were thinking about me. He said, Father Christmas has a difficult job, doesn't he? Not exactly a roofer, doesn't understand it the same way. And he's just bringing that sense of personality, that warmth with him. Ruler, he loves you. He sends his love to everybody. Really lovely bloke. That was your message, Ruler. And then Tina, I'll just finish with you, if that's okay. Tina, you understood who your communicator was from the evidence I was giving. This is a third communicator, as opposed to them all delivering the same. And Tina, he just wants to say to you, that's wonderful. You're very welcome, Ruler. Tina, this guy, okay, giving you a big kiss. Big, wet kiss on the lips. Tina, Christina Lacey. Yeah, I'm talking to Christina Lacey. This message is for Christina. Sorry to keep jumping around, Richard. I'm making you work fast today. This will be the final message. I think it could be my brother-in-law. His name is Jerry. Yeah, I think he is. And he's given you a wedding anniversary, April. Yeah, he was showing the wedding bells. My anniversary was in April. Don't feed me information, Tina. You know better than that, because I was going to say he suddenly died of heart attack, because he was talking about this impact. Boom, gone. No chance to really fight that. Just took me away, consumed me. But I didn't have any real time or fear to think about. I give you a big wet kiss because I feel like it'd be awkward to give you a wet kiss on the lips, but I love you. And I was quite funny like that. I enjoyed making people laugh. Sometimes I enjoyed making them feel awkward, but in a fun sort of way. It gives you a big kiss. He says you need it and you need to smile, Tina. You do so much for everyone else. And I'm sending as many people your way. Accept it. Accept those little angels that walk on earth. Accept their help because you do so much for everyone else, he says. You put your time, your energy and effort into everyone else's life, and then you have to go back to your place, and you need that investment yourself. Accept that help. We're trying to send you these people because they want to come and help you. So he's just saying, I want to loosen you up a little bit, Christine. I want to loosen you up a little bit and let these people into your life. Let them help you. It would be very much appreciated. It'd be wonderful to take that help. Give you the time because you do so much for other people. Your power, your aura, your healing effect and impact is incredible, he says, Christine. Absolutely incredible. We can't do that if you're running on flat batteries. Let me recharge them. Let the people help you. Talk about a lady in particular. Let her help you. Let her in. Also, let her know how tough it's become, how challenging it is. And you'll be surprised with their empathy and how they're willing to help you, okay? So I know that's more private. I'm not going to go into any more detail, Christine, but I love you, mate. You take care of yourself. Best wishes. Have that love from him too. Best wishes, everybody. Thank you so much. Sorry we overran a little bit. I know we started a little bit late as well. Lovely to work and deliver mediumship today. If I didn't get round to you, but you understood bits of that, know that your friends, your family, your loved ones are around you all the time. God bless you, folks. Take care.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you've enjoyed the service this morning. Next Sunday morning, it's... I've forgotten his name. Jeff Hewitt. Sorry, Jeff, if you're listening. Jeff Hewitt with us next Sunday. And unfortunately, at the moment, we're still in lockdown here at the church, so we won't be doing any physical attendance at the church. But Mary says, well done, Ash. And I'm pleased to say we're looking at starting perhaps part of the Sunday before we go live on air, doing a specific healing section beforehand to pray for those people that are sick, not just in the healing service, but also when we come back to church doing a healing movement. So once again, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed our service this morning. I thank Richard at Spiritual Psychics TV for his productions this morning. And again, I do extend, and it's a bit of nepotism, but I do extend my thanks to Ashley. I think he's worked extremely well today. And also like to thank Jackie for supporting me and taking part in the service this morning. Thank you all very much. Richard, have you got any adverts you'd like to promote, please? This Tuesday with Debbie Clark at 8 o'clock. Okay. One-off special. That looks good and sounds good. Thank you all very much. And I hope you've all done well. But with Christmas, now get back to your diets, all of you, and that includes me. So we're going to do that as well. And be positive and be brave. I'm now going to ask Ashley to close our meeting with prayer. Thank you, Val. I hope you're coping well, darling. Bye-bye. Ashley, closing prayer.
Hello, friends. I'd ask that you join me as we close and unite in prayer. Mother, Father God, it's with love and joy in our hearts that we ask a blessing upon this service, this congregation, this virtual congregation today. May they remain safe and well and healthy. May the committee and volunteers remain ever obligated, knowing and understanding their obligations to keep these services going online, to keep our congregation safe, keeping the doors open when it's safe to do so. We acknowledge all the hard work that all of our volunteers do behind the scenes to produce this service, our social media ambassadors, all of our friends, our mediums that give up their time to work. Thank you to them. We thank God and our spirit friends who blessed us today with their presence and their companionship. Thank you to them for giving evidence of their life after that change we call death. We ask your blessing upon all homes that are represented here and the families there within. Be you at home, be you in the church. So we depart according to and leave this church in peace. God bless and amen.
Thank you for all the kind words you're sending to us this morning for the three of us, the Holy Trinity. We've done our best this morning and we hope to continue our best throughout the coming months here at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. What I'd really like to extend to you all, that we're looking forward to be able to welcome you back here as soon as we possibly can. But it's important that we carry on this service. Please also remember that you can contact Jackie and I the usual way that you know, or Ashley, or through Spiritual Psychics TV. We here at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, with our ministers and our healers and our mediums, are here to support you during this time. May God, in his infinite wisdom, bless and care for you all until we meet again next Sunday. Good morning, friends. God bless until we meet again. Bye-bye.